What's going on, everyone? I'm Rudy Oliva and you're watching Smoking the Barbecue. For today's video, I'm going to see how my Z-Grills pellet grill stacks up against my Weber Kettle grill and cooking spare ribs. So first, I'm going to fire these things up and we'll get started. All right, guys, so while these things come up to temperature, I'm going to go ahead and season the racks of ribs. Now, on the Z-Grills, I'm burning cherry pellets, and on the Weber, I'm doing lump charcoal, and I'm going to burn hickory chunks on that. So for the ribs, as you guys can see, I have 3 racks. So the Z-Grills has more space. I'm going to do 2 on there and 1 on the Weber. And I'm going to season them just with salt, pepper, and garlic. All right, guys, so the Z-Grills, usually when I fire it up, it has a temperature spike and then it comes back down. So I'm just waiting for it to do that because it shot all the way up to like 400. The Weber's ready to go. Now, I want to keep accurate track of the ambient temperature more than anything. So I don't want to go by the thermometer that's on the lid itself. So I have this Meat Stick 5 wireless and Bluetooth thermometer that the folks at Meat Stick sent me. And I'm going to put this one in the one that I'm doing on the Weber. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So in the thickest part of the meat, and I'm actually going to do it in the center because this is what's going to be facing the fire. Right there like that, and that's just going to help me keep track of the temperature while it's cooking. Real quick, guys, so you can get a look at the setup that I got going on. You see I got that hickory chunk and just a small amount of charcoal. And I have the thermometer facing over here. All right, now I'm in the Z-Grills app. We got it set to 275, and that is where it's just about holding now. So we're good to go. All right, guys, so we're just over an hour into this cook, so I'm going to go ahead and check on them and see how they're looking. All right, so the Z-Grills won first. All right, still got a while to go. All right, let's check the color on the one on the Weber. It's definitely getting a lot more color. That natural chunk of hickory definitely makes a difference. All right, guys, so with these, if you look, on this side I'm at 174, 180. And here I'm at 166. I don't have the color I want yet, and I don't want to wrap it. So I'm going to turn them and put this side towards the fire side now. So the pellets burn right over here, so this is like a hot spot. That's why I put them off to this side to begin with. So I'm going to leave it here for a few more before I go ahead and wrap. All right, guys, so I don't quite have the color that I wanted, but it is time to wrap. We are at, we're about 182, 84. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them out and wrap them. All right, we'll check on that in a little while. And right back on. All right, guys, so I just checked the temperature on the ones in the Z-Grills. They finished first before the ones on the Weber, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them off, and I'm going to put them in the cooler to rest. All right, guys, so the one on the Weber is finally done. It was about 40 minutes behind the one on the Z-Grills. I think what happened is that, well, the Z-Grills, the temperature just remains so constant the whole time, where I have more temperature dips with the Weber, so it took it a little bit longer. But it's finally done. I'm going to put it in the cooler with the other ones, let it rest for about an hour or so, and then we'll see how it looks. All right, guys, so they had a little bit of a rest time, so let's go ahead and open them up and see how they turned out. So this is the one from the Weber Kettle. So we're going to check this one out first. And this is one of the racks from the Z Grills. So I can tell you guys, they both smell amazing. Now, right off the bat, obviously the one from the Weber Kettle Grill has a much deeper, more rich color. So as far as color goes, I got to give the win on that one to the Weber. But now let's see how tender they are and how they taste. So if you guys look, nice smoke ring from the one on the Weber Kettle Grill. The one from the Z Grills is very tender. So it's a pretty nice smoke ring also. Take a bite out. Good, right? All right, let me take a bite of this one. I think it's a tie with flavor. They're both so good. So, guys, color is obviously different, but tenderness, juiciness, flavor, I mean, I think they're both pretty much identical. So they turned out great. It's really good. All right, guys. So when I saw both of those racks of ribs come out, I was actually really worried that the one on the Z Grills was not going to even come close to the one on the Weber just based on the color. However, my family, when I had them try both sets of ribs, they overwhelmingly preferred the one from the Z Grills over the one from the Weber. What they mentioned is that the one on the Z Grills had a more mild smoke flavor, and they preferred that over the heavier smoke flavor that was on the one from the Weber Kettle. And also, guys, the one thing that's worth mentioning is the Z Grills is just so easy to use and it's so efficient. I didn't even go through one hopper of pellets on a probably like 3.5 hour cook. So the thing just runs really well. It's really easy to use and I absolutely love it. If you guys are interested in one, I'll put the link in the description below. And I'm also going to include a link for that meat stick thermometer. That thing is great also. And as always, guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.